look what I found over here. These are Coprinus Comatus. These are perfect too. These catching at the absolute perfect time. Welcome to Utah Mushroom Hunter. Today is Saturday, April 6th, and today I'm spending a little bit of time in the lower elevations. So a week ago I was super worried about how hot it's been, and we got some cool weather. We've got a lot of thunderstorms coming through. They're not huge thunderstorms, but they are giving us some precipitation. And so today I decided to get out and just look around the lower elevations, and not where I find my morels, but more in parks and trails and other places where yeah, some of the other varieties might be popping. It's probably still a little bit too early for Agarix and Coprinus Comatus. I mean, normally it's not, but because of our late start this year, it might be a little bit early, but I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna see what I can find. They may be popping now, but let's get into this. Okay, again, you can look on any trails, along any river banks, anywhere up and down the Wasatch Front. They're all gonna be good areas. You can see this area here. It's been pretty dry. I mean, this grass there certainly have been struggling, but we got this river here that's running a little bit high. This one's not running near as high as some of the others I've seen, but normally this river is just a trickle. Usually there's not a lot going down here, but this year obviously it is. So the Coprinus Comatus, they like being in, you know, they love this type of an area. They'll pop up in grass, they'll pop up in leaf litter, they'll pop up in bare ground, but you can find them at all elevations, but they're easier to find this time of year in the lower elevations, as long as there's been precipitation. And with the precipitation we've had this last week, I'm thinking that we'll probably find some, if not today, some very soon. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so I found this spot right next to this little place to park your car, and look at this coming up between the concrete. It looks like they could be old Coprinus Comatus. So these ones actually look like they popped up at least a week ago, and they've already turned to ink and have gone bad. But look what I found over here. These are Coprinus Comatus. These are perfect too. These catching at the absolute perfect time. Those are gorgeous. Okay, so now that I've found these, I can come back. I'll harvest these, but I can come back in a week or so, and there'll probably be more here as well. Coprinus Comatus, they come back pretty quick actually. There's probably a lot more right in this area that are planning to come up. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll harvest these. Okay, so look at this. So I dug around these just a little bit, and look at that. You can see younger mushrooms that are starting to pop up as well, that are below these ones that are here. I'm just going to harvest the big ones, and I'll leave the smaller ones, and I'll come back and get those another day. Okay, so there's one. That's what a Coprinus Comatus looks like at the perfect harvesting stage. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm gonna have to eat this one quickly, because this Coprinus variety, any of the Coprinus family, they're inky, and they turn to ink super quick. They go bad super quick. So I'll be cooking these up and eating them today. Okay, there we are. So that's what we got here. These are absolutely delicious, super good. And this is what I'm leaving here. You can see there's at least 3 more that are still small that will be coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and bury these. They'll still pop up through. There, I just went ahead and I buried those. Those will still pop up through, and that'll protect them so they don't dry out quickly. All right, so I'm along this trail right here, and right at the base of this tree, I found all these mushrooms right here. These are Coprinus Comatus. They are an edible mushroom, but definitely not choice, and so I'll probably just leave them. So I pulled some up so you can kind of see what they look like. Coprinus Comatus, the Coprinus family, they're ink caps, and you can see how dark they are underneath the caps. And the Coprinus variety all need to be eaten very quickly, otherwise they'll turn to ink and get all mushy. So one thing interesting about Coprinus Comatus is that I seem to always find them at the bottom of a stump. And interesting enough, this stump, this tree is actually still alive. If they're not growing next to a stump, then there's probably a little bit of wood underneath the ground. Fun find though, but I won't eat these. Alright, so I just found this group of them as well in the same area. And notice it's right next to a stump again. Here is what would have been a delicious agaric if I could have found it before it got stepped on and kicked. I found it right in this trail here, in this kind of an area. But you can tell it's an agaric because it's got that white top. It's not always white, but this is the key giveaway. Or the gills underneath, these are brown. So when they're young, they're pink, and then as they get older, they turn brown. And if they've got that brown spore print, then you know you've got an agaric. This one would have been a very delicious one. It's probably an Agaricus campestri. And one thing you'll want to do if you find an agaric, when you split it like this, just look for any kind of yellowing. And if it's yellow, then it could upset your stomach. But you can smell it. Don Johnston, who runs the Mushrooms of Utah, he always says that if you smell it, and if it smells a little bit chemically or just not mushroomy, then you don't want to eat it if there's yellowing. But anyway, that would have been just absolutely delicious. It's kind of munched up, so I'm not interested in it. But if I find one that's not munched up, this is a choice mushroom. Well, it's the end of the day, and we end up making dinner out of our mushrooms. And you can see how beautiful it is out here. Absolutely gorgeous. This is from my backyard, and I'm sitting on the back deck enjoying dinner. And this is what my wife made for us for dinner tonight. She made beef stroganoff out of the mushrooms, and it is absolutely delicious. I've already had just a little bit, but one of my favorite dishes with the mushrooms is beef stroganoff. Anyway, thanks again for watching Utah Mushroom Hunter, and we will see you in the next episode.